Sefakor, welcome and congratulations on being selected as one of our top 3 nominees for the 2024 Gender Equality Changemakers Awards. Could you introduce yourself and tell us a bit more about you?
Thank you, Azula. My name is Sefakor Boadu. I work with Development Bank Ghana, and I'm in charge of our women and youth initiatives. So the Development Bank Ghana was set up to provide funding to the private sector. And we seek to be inclusive in all that we do. And to be able to do that, we've actually set up a desk that takes care of our women and youth initiatives to make sure that no one gets left behind. And that is the role that I play in Development Bank Ghana. I have 20 years of commercial banking experience, but this new role helps me to actually hone in on females and make sure that we are being intentional in driving funding to our female customers.
That's amazing. Could you describe your capstone project for us, including your organization, country, and individual context? Perhaps you can also include the gender gaps within your market that you're aiming to tackle in your capstone project.
So my capstone project is basically to mainstream gender in Development Bank Ghana. Ghana, like most countries in Africa, is a very patriarchal society, and we find that trickles down into our places of work, into our places of worship, and into society as a whole. And we need to be intentional about our gender initiatives to be able to make any change. My gender initiative is to mainstream gender in Development Bank Ghana. At the moment, before we started the project, we had about 48% of our staff being female, but at the executive level, we did not have any female at the C-suite level. So part of the agenda of the project was to be able to mainstream gender across all levels of the organization, and that is what I sought to do with the project. In addition to that, I also wanted to tackle conscious and unconscious bias, because by dealing with people on a daily basis, you find out that you are not very intentional. If you're not intentional about gender and its impact, you will not be able to get the outcomes that you are looking for. So that is why I set out to do this project.
Could you describe your progress towards project implementation and any challenges or resistance faced and how you have responded to this?
Okay. Thank you, Azola. So to implement the project, at the start of the project, we had our board and management commit to gender mainstreaming for DBG. Then DBG also won a grant from ICR, which gave us consultants to support us to run a gender scan. The results of the gender scan were socialized with stakeholders during the focus meeting that we had. And out of that socialization, we came out with gender action plans for internal departments and also for some of the other banks that we work with. Part of the initiatives or the interventions that we came out from were from both the lending angle and also from our internal processes. So, for example, for our lending program, for example, we set a target for ourselves to drive about 30% of our lending to female beneficiaries. We also tackle things like procurement, where we determine that we'll be intentional about making sure that female vendors also get to supply goods to DBG. Then internally, on our human capital front, we set a target of being a best employer with a 50-50 split of both male and female employees. On the human capital front, some of the actions that we decided to take was to have a mixed panel for interviews to always make sure that we have females on the panel. We also wanted to make sure that we also grow the talent we have internally. So we set up a mentoring and coaching session for all the females on manager grade and above in the bank. What the challenges we faced were that some staff members did not even think there was a challenge, that there was a gap to even be filled, and we had to do some kind of training to get them to appreciate the gaps that women face and how to be able to overcome those challenges. But what has helped us was the fact that we had the support of management and the board to get this done. And to make sure that we get our female staff into positions of authority. So that's helped us to be able to get this done.
Sefakor, your commitment and dedication to advancing gender equality is truly commendable. So thank you so much for sharing your inspiring journey with us, and congratulations once again on being named top 3 nominee for the 2024 GEC Awards. We wish you continued success as you make a lasting impact. Thank you.